quarter NCAA wrestling team. We here at FloWrestling are trying to find out the very best wrestler at all 10 NCAA weight classes from the past 25 years, and we needed your help to do it. Here's how we did it. We selected who we thought were the top 4 wrestlers from the past 25 years at each weight. Each wrestler only gets to go to one weight, and then we sent out the vote to you guys to help us decide who should be crowned the best wrestler of the past 25 years at their respective weight class. Today, we're down to the second to last weight class, 197 pounds. We're going to start with some honorable mentions, guys who did not make it in the top 4, but maybe have an argument to be kicking it off with Oklahoma State's Jake Rochelle. This man was a 3-time national champion. That's more national titles than some of the guys who did make it into our top 4. He won it as a freshman at 184 before winning 2 titles at 197 as a junior and senior. Next up is Penn State's Quentin Wright, one of the most electric wrestlers to watch as an upperweight from the past 25 years. He was a 4-time All-American, 2-time NCAA champion, known for performing when the lights were the brightest at the NCAA tournament. But I do want to remind you, his 1 year at 197, completely undefeated from start to finish, beginning to his national title at 197 pounds. Up next is another Nittany Lion, Phil Davis. Now, this man never placed higher than 4th at the Pennsylvania State Tournament in high school, but far exceeded expectations in college by becoming a 4-time All-American, 2-time NCAA finalist, and an NCAA champion. Up next, another 4-time All-American, this one, Cam Simes of Cornell. Now, his last 3 years, he never placed lower than 3rd and capped off his career for Cornell by going 31-1 en route to the national championship. Our past couple honorable mentions have been from Penn State and Cornell. This man did both. Max Dean spent the first part of his career at Cornell, where he was a 2-time All-American, before transferring to Penn State for the final 2 years of his career, where he was a 2-time All-American and a national champion in 2022. Our last honorable mention, all-quarter 197-pounder, saw Max Dean All-American at 2 schools and said, I can do one better. Stephen Buchanan became the first wrestler in Division I history to All-American at 3 different schools, starting out Wyoming, then Oklahoma, and then Iowa. At Iowa this past year, he was the 197-pound national champion. His final 3 trips to the national tournament, he never placed lower than 3rd. All right, let's get into it. Our 4 finalists, the best 4 wrestlers at 197 pounds from the past 25 years, starting in chronological order with none other than Cael Sanderson. What can I say that you don't already know? Considered the GOAT, 159-0, never lost an official match in college, one of the most dominant wrestlers in the history of the sport, if not the most dominant. Now, he did only wrestle 1 year at 197 pounds, his senior year in 2002, but obviously was an undefeated national champion for the Cyclones. Our next finalist helped the Minnesota Golden Gophers win a pair of team titles in the early 2000s. It's none other than Damian Hahn. This man actually gave Cael Sanderson one of his closest matches Cael's sophomore year when Hahn was a redshirt freshman, where Cael barely beat him 4-3. Hahn would go on to be a 4-time All-American and 2-time NCAA champion at 197 pounds. Our next finalist is the only wrestler in Iowa State history to make 4 NCAA finals besides Cael Sanderson. It's none other than Jake Varner, who went 2-2-1-1 in his career as a Cyclone with a career record of 121-10, but he only lost 3 times in his last 3 years, including his senior year going a complete 31-0 en route to the title at 197 pounds. Last but not least is a name I am sure you're very familiar with. It's J'den Cox. Now, NCAA wrestling has been around for 100 years, and J'den Cox is the only wrestler to win 3 national titles at the second to heaviest weight class. That's pretty darn impressive within itself, but it's maybe not the most impressive thing J'den Cox has done. While he was in college, 2016, this man won an Olympic bronze medal and then came back to go undefeated 28-0 as a senior en route to his 3rd national title. All right, with the final votes tallied, the numbers are in. our final order for 197 pounds, all quarter century team. In fourth place, Damian Hahn of Minnesota. The vote for third and fourth was very close. It came down to an internal vote between our team. But in third place, Jake Varner of Iowa State. Second place, Jaden Cox of Missouri, which only leaves first place, probably to the surprise of nobody, Cael Sanderson of Iowa State. 159-0, the most dominant wrestler in NCAA history. He's the GOAT for a reason, and he is your 197-pound all-quarter century team member. Tune in next time for the final weight of the all-quarter century team, 285 pounds heavyweight. That one's a tough one. Keep it locked on FloWrestling all summer too, because we don't just got this. We got world championships coming up, right rolling into wrestling season in the fall and winter. You're not going to want to miss any of it.